Hey, B Petrol 62. I'm gonna pop some corn. I gotta show you guys how to pop corn. A lot of people don't know how to pop corn. First of all, the oil that you use makes a lot of difference on the taste of it. And how much you use, it makes a little bit of difference. If you make too much oil, it gets a little greasy. But that's what holds the salt to stick on your corn too. I use extra light tasting olive oil, Bertolli's. I use this because that other stuff, I don't never use canola. Oh my God, that's some horrible stuff. So what I do is I pour some in there, put a little bit in there, and make sure the bottom's covered, okay? Make sure the whole bottom's covered, right? And then I take my favorite popcorn and I pour some in there and just cover the bottom. If you go more than the bottom, if you cover more than the bottom, it'll come out the top, it'll overflow. And what you want is the all the corn kernels to be sticking to the bottom in that oil. See, so it's kind of stuck to it. All right. Then what you do is I could get a little more in there, a couple more in there. Get them to stick. Now, and what you got to do is you come up with a medium heat. I started out on right in the middle, and it didn't pop fast enough. So I brought it up to that spot right there, a little more than halfway, and it really did make all the difference. So now whenever I make popcorn, I just turn it right to there, okay? And then once it starts heating up, it's going to start boiling. You'll see the little bubbles in there. It'll start boiling and getting this stuff ready. It makes a lot of difference. I do not use canola oil. That's nasty and it's sticky and it gums up the pan. I don't use it for nothing. I never use it. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's garbage. So here's my pot, my popcorn pot. I'm making another batch here. And that you got to have a big enough pot to turn the whole thing upside down. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and let it sit, and I'll cut out a piece. It's going to take a little while. And I'll cut the piece out. There's the clock, 11:42. And how long, you'll see about how long it takes. So I guess I'll just go ahead and put the lid on it. And then when it starts popping, I'll show you. You'll see when it starts popping, it'll start boiling. You'll see little bubbles coming up, and then one or two will start going boop, 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 and popping. Then you put the lid on it. So it's heating up now. See, well, come on, it's heating up now. You try to get the right size. If I try to do it on that burner and it's in the middle, it won't work right at all. A small one. You got to have at least a burner big enough to cover the entire bottom evenly so that they all get the same heat at the same time. Okay? So it's not even bubbling yet. So I'll cut a little bit out on 11:43. I'll cut a little bit out and I'll show you. Okay, it's 11:46 and it's starting to bubble. It's all the little bubbles are going in there, so it's getting ready to start popping. So there's one popped up right there. See that? It's getting ready to go. Whoa, here they go. So I'll put the lid on it. Otherwise they'll splash. They'll splash all over you. And I've made enough popcorn out of that pot, I bet, to fill a tractor trailer. I ain't kidding you. I really did make a lot. Now, I don't turn the heat down at all. Not until it's almost done. Because if you turn the heat down, it's going to stop popping. And you'll have half of it unpopped. So, see, it's starting to really go now. Hear how it's going? Got to have a pretty good... If it starts slow and it's not going fast enough, boop, 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 then you gotta crank it up a little bit more. Because the oil was boiling. And once it gets boiling, you try to get them all at once. See that steam coming out? Each one of them little things that corn pops puts a puff of steam out of it. See? Now it's still jumping out high enough that it'll come out of the pot if I lift the lid on it. Okay? Because I don't have a glass lid. Some people do. This is an old pot from the 60s or 70s. And I tell you what, it's the best pot. See that? See all the steam, the humidity? All the humidity on the top? That's all from the steam coming out of it. So, now here, it's slowing down. You can hear it. You can hear it. It's almost stopped. Okay, now, I don't even turn the fire off. What I do, I make sure that it's about done, and then dump it out. And then put your pot someplace cool. If you put it on there, you're gonna burn the grease that's in there. The stuff, whatever oil's in the pot, it's gonna burn it if you set it there. So now here's all your good popcorn. And I turn the power off, let it cool off. I take my lid, throw the lid back on, get the pot out of the way. And there's your popcorn. I don't put any of that artificial garbage on there because I don't trust none of it. You know, that fake cheese and all that. It's bad stuff for you. And you'll have the best tasting popcorn if you use a good oil. And you don't burn it. As soon as it starts popping, the pop starts going down. Man, you got to dump it right now. Otherwise it will burn. Okay? Excuse me. Be Petro 62, making popcorn. This is how you do it. I make one of these every other night. We go through a lot of popcorn. We used to buy it by the 40-pound buckets. Good stuff. Channel 62.
Channel 62. Channel 62. Bum, do da, bum, do da, bum, do da.